It takes a momento. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the River's Edge. I am your host, Kelli Rivers, and Sammy Rivers, your co-host. He has his wizard hat on today because he will be channeling later with Maria. And we have Maria Verdeschi on today. I'm very excited. Welcome, Maria, for coming.
Thank you so much for having me today. This is fun. Thank you.
Yes, awesome. Maria is a highly regarded psychic medium, speaker, teacher, and coach with clients all over the world. At age 4, when living on Long Island, she started picking up on spirit, and she has been working in the field for over a decade. Maria is known for her accuracy and detailed information from spirit and delivering the messages with kindness and compassion. Many simply state she is the real deal. From the minute you step into a reading with Maria, she will make you feel relaxed and at ease. Maria explains to you how to be a good sitter. She will tell you about her process in giving a reading and includes examples. Maria is also the best-selling author of There Is No Death, Only Life. I love that title. With a foreword written by celebrity medium Thomas John, and Maria is one of the authors in the best-selling book, The Last Breath. Maria has a podcast, Hello from the Other Side, and is on Blog Talk Radio with her show, Reading the Signs. Maria teaches classes on mediumship, connecting your loved ones in spirit, and meditation and manifesting. Maria also has a coaching and mentoring program. She has mentored and done many events with celebrity medium Thomas John and mentoring in classes with Andy Bing. Maria is compassionate about people understanding the simple truth that there is no death, only life. It's until we meet again. So true. I love that title. What a great title to your book.
Thank you. Thank you.
And we have one of the viewers, Phil, says, hello, Maria, Kelli, Wizard, Sammy.
Hi, Phil.
Phil Lewis. Sammy will be doing all the heavy lifting today. You got to get your head in the picture, Sambo. Okay.
Oh.
He's probably like, why is this stupid hat on me? Okay, I wanted to do the video with you today because there's so many people that, and myself included, I would love to have your abilities, the psychic abilities, and I want to tune into them and get helpful hints and ideas of how to do it. And I want to hear how you started being psychic, like when you first knew. You did tell it about here. I read it about on your website about Long Island, how you were young. But could you share that story with the listeners?
So I can remember, like, it was yesterday. 4 years old, and trust me, I did not like bedtime because bedtime meant I was going to start hearing spirit, feeling spirit. And I can remember at 4 years old going into my parents' room saying, I am hearing people in my room. Can you go get them out? And so when I say hearing, that's also like kind of like when you're thinking and you're hearing yourself. That's the hearing that I'm meaning. So they came in to humor me the first time, but the second time when I went in their room, they were irritated with me. I got yelled at, and I quickly learned, all right, I don't tell anybody about this. And trust me, I never told a soul, never spoke of it again until I was older. And when I say older, that's like almost 40.
Oh, wow. And you were 4 years old when it happened, right? 4?
Yeah, 4 years old when it happened. So, but I was always a very, like, I'm going to say spiritual person, because I can also remember being 4 years old, and I was brought up Catholic and being in church, and at 4 going, yeah, that's not right, when the priest was talking about stuff. So I was, but again, I kept it to myself because I know, oh, don't say anything, but I knew within that some of those things just weren't right. And you were saying in the very beginning about, oh, I wish I had those gifts. I feel like everybody has abilities to some degree. And I always start with people with their gut feelings on things. And that's like solar plexus, stomach area, your gut feeling. And I tell people, you know, your gut's never wrong. So if you're feeling off about something, or someone doesn't seem right, or a situation doesn't seem right, just back out of it and trust your gut on everything.
Like, what if you get confused though? Like you have certain beliefs about that are overpowering your ability to tune into your instincts. Like you grew up with a program like this is what I should do. This is the direction I need to go in because you're programmed that way. And that gets confusing, right? Because you're like trying to go with your gut, but then you have this really strong, overpowering belief.
So what will start happening though is your stomach will start hurting. Solar plexus, gut feelings. And it will be such an overpowering feeling that at some point it's going to be, all right, you know what? I'm just going to give that a try. And it will be a pleasant surprise of, oh, well, I'm glad I listened. And then you might try it again where the next time you might go, nope, this is the way I was brought up. This is what I was taught. This is what I'm going to do. And then it turns out to be a disaster. So I always tell people to remember the feeling of when you did follow your gut and it worked out great. It's like, remember that feeling because it feels a certain way. It has a different energy to it when you follow it. And things are a little easier, I want to say, because things fall into place where when you go against it, it literally is like you're in a tornado.
Right. Yeah. No, I'm pretty good at using my gut, and it was not natural to me. It was something I needed to learn because I grew up believing whatever I thought was wrong every time. So I had to always do whatever other people told me to do. So I was like, okay, this sucks. Following people around my whole life because I don't know what I'm doing. But
and it can be tricky, especially if like you're in a relationship, let's say, and you are empaths. I'm sure you're an empath. You feel everything. Mm-hmm. Everything, like you can step into that room and know that there was an argument that just happened because the energy feels off. And you're sitting there going, what just happened? Right. And so I feel like empaths do more like relationship wise, where they try to make that square peg fit in the round hole. And empaths are I'm just going to work harder. I'm going to make this work and this is going to be great. So it's really good when you start having this conversation in your mind to go, oh, wait a minute. Let me back up a minute. What am I doing here?
Right. Take a deep breath and reassess. So can you tell the difference between a medium and psychic?
So a medium is where you are connecting with loved ones on the other side. So a medium, I'm going to be connecting with grandparents and parents and friends and other relatives. And psychic is more when people want to see something that might happen in the future, or they might ask something about, hey, I'm thinking about getting a new job. What do you think about this? And they might give me a few places of where they want to work, for example, and I can feel the energy with the places. And I got to say, a lot of times too, I'm just validating what people already know, because so many times I've been like, oh, well, this is the one that I'm really drawn to. It's this one. And then I'll kind of stop and I'll start laughing and going, but you're drawn to that one too, aren't you? And they'll laugh and they'll say, yeah, you know what? It's a big decision. And I just needed someone else to validate it.
Yeah. Yeah, it makes you feel good about it. I'm like, okay, well, if she says it's true, then it must be true.
Right.
So whenever have you personally had family that's passed over and you talked to them?
Oh, both my parents have passed over, and I've got lots of relatives on the other side. So when I'm doing a reading, I'll call them all in to help me with the reading also. But my mom is very, very strong. So my mom and I had a great connection when she was living, and I will literally hear her go up and down my stairs in my house. Behind me is her piano that her father gave her when she was 10 years old. And I always say it's a miracle that it's in my house. It took a little bit to get it, and I'll hear her walk around it. So it was her prized possession. I want to add also, because her father was everything to her. I'll hear her walk around it, and she'll play with the strings on the piano sometimes. So I definitely, and I will also ask my mom for guidance, and she'll tell me things out of the blue, like I've got a fun one. So about 2 years ago, maybe 2.5 years ago, I was up north, and one of my clients had given me their beautiful house that was like in the woods to do readings for the weekend. And she stayed at a friend's house. So I had this cute house all to myself. And I got there, and it was still daytime when I got there, unloaded most of the car, but then I got sidetracked. And about 11:30 at night, 11:30, 12 o'clock, I was like, oh, I got to get the rest of the stuff out of the car. I want to be really all ready tomorrow. So I'm all set to go. So I'm heading for the door, and my mom goes, but what about the bear? And I stopped, and I thought, oh, that just must have been my thoughts. That must have been my thoughts. I'm going to go out there, because I'm a little stubborn too. I'm Italian. I'm a little stubborn. So I go, oh, that must be my thoughts. I go for the door, and then I hear her again go, well, that's all nice, but what about that bear out there? So I stopped, and I said, thank you, Mom. I will do it in the morning. I appreciate the heads up. The second client in the next day said, so did Juliet warn you about the bear outside that lives like right on her property? And it's best not to go out at night, but if you do, you've got to bring a can of coins or something to shake.
Right, scared off.
Exactly. And I'm laughing, and I said, no, she didn't, but my mom warned me.
What did you think your mom meant by that?
What about the bear?
Yeah.
She was, because I'm sure the bear was walking around out there.
I mean, when you heard that, you just said you dismissed it. You didn't think like she meant like there's a live bear like going to get you.
Well, I knew the second time she said it that there was a live bear out there. The first time I thought that must just be me thinking, because sometimes our loved ones, I won't say sometimes, a lot of times, our loved ones are having discussions with us, especially like when we're out in nature, out on a walk, working in the garden, because we're connecting with the earth, and it's one of those prime times for them to connect with us.
Yeah.
And we'll notice that we'll have this conversation that we'll dismiss as our thoughts, but it's not our thoughts. It's them having a full-blown conversation with us.
Oh, that's so interesting. So do you find it that you're getting messages a lot, and do you have to like tell them to turn it off so you can focus on whatever you're doing?
Sometimes, and other times I'm pretty good at multitasking, where I can listen and still do what I'm doing. Now, when I leave my house, though, to like go grocery shopping, I do kind of say, I have put up my boundaries where I'm not going to be giving messages in the grocery store. So pretty much Spirit knows I'm not going to be passing messages on. I'm not going to do that to someone. So I have established those boundaries, because I've heard other people say, well, you can't shut it off. But why can't you? Of course you can. So I'm not allowed to have boundaries. I mean, exactly. You have to have boundaries, even when it comes to the spirit world. And that has worked well for me.
Yeah, that sounds amazing. So if I were to get a reading with you, you would have part of it could be the psychic, where you're telling me what you see coming. And then also my brother passed away 3 years ago. And anytime I've ever gotten a reading, like he doesn't let anyone else come in. He's like, nope, it's no one else is allowed. It's all about me, which is great.
And I'll tell you what, I have had family members do that, where they're like, well, is anybody else over there? And I'll laugh and I'll say, of course they are. But whether it's mom or dad or another family member, I'm like, they're pretty much stealing the show right now and they don't want to share the stage. And they'll laugh and they'll say, well, that's how they were in life. So that makes sense.
Oh, that's funny. I love that.
Yeah.
If you guys have any questions, please write in the comments. And I did not get too much sun. Someone asked me if I got too much sun. I do look red in the video, but I'm actually not sunburned. Okay, what else did you know what? I grew up in Arkansas, and people in the Baptist church and people from church do not believe in psychics. They think they're of Satan, the devil, all this crazy stuff. And I've never understood that, but do you ever have anyone talk to you about that? Or can you, for anyone listening that does believe that, clear any beliefs on that? Because I just think it's absolutely insanity that they would even think that.
So, one thing I say to people is, but what about the prophets? Didn't the prophets hear the messages? And then if you want to go into, I was raised Catholic. Well, didn't that Bible get written because they were hearing what was supposed to be written? So they were hearing the messages. So I bring up stuff like that, but I also understand. I've been pretty lucky where people are pretty respectful of me, and I never try to push anything on anybody either, because I'm very respectful of what people believe and where they're comfortable with. But I'll tell you what, I have a lot of Catholics that come and get a reading. They may not tell their friends.
I don't tell anyone else.
And I'm like, that's great. I don't say anything about anybody's reading, or I have different members of different families that will come to me. I will never tell a family member, oh, your sister came to see me or your brother came to see me.
Yeah.
Never. I never say anything. So yeah, it's that whole part of it is interesting. I feel like people are more of a bully on social media, believe it or not, because they can hide behind the computer screen. They don't have to say it to my face. So I have found that they're a little bit more of a bully that way, where people have been very kind to me that I meet.
Oh, well, that's good. We need some nice people out there. We do have one person asking a question, but I don't think you don't talk about, this isn't politics. It's regarding the vaccine. If you had any, people were concerned about getting sick from it.
Okay, so I'm going to tell you, I was a little worried about the whole vaccine thing, and I really had mixed thoughts about it. And I was like, all right, Mom, you've got to give me a sign if I'm supposed to get this, because I'm worried. I don't know. And then I kept hearing, oh, I got the first shot and I'm fine. And the second shot, I was sick for like 2 weeks. Yeah. And I'm like, okay, Mom, I can't be sick for 2 weeks. I got to work. Like, I can't be sick for a week. I can't be sick for a couple days.
Yeah.
So my mom also likes to, in the middle of the night, kind of, okay, wake up. So I kind of fell asleep on the couch one night, and it had been on my mind, like, all right, I got to decide what I'm going to do about this. And 3:00 in the morning, it was, all right, go on. And around me, like Walgreens had just started like doing the shots, because I had gone on the different sites before just to kind of see, like, okay, who's doing it? What kind of wait period is it? And Walgreens had nothing. 3:00 in the morning, my mom goes, go on the site now. There's a spot for you. And my daughter, Grace, there's a spot for you and Grace on right now. Go. And I know to listen. So I went on the site and I'm like, oh, son of a gun, there is. So I signed up and I said, thanks, Mom, because I knew that there was no way that my mom was going to tell me to go sign up for it if it was going to hurt me.
Right.
They don't work that way. And so I had the first shot and I was still a little nervous. Totally fine. Nothing. So then, and I was already signed up for the second shot too, because they sign you up. Like when you sign up for the first one, they say, okay, here's the next one. So, and again, I'm like, oh my gosh, I can't be sick for 2 weeks. And then I started thinking, oh, you got to get that idea of your head, because now you don't want to manifest that. You do, because these thoughts are in your head. So I stopped and I said, I'm going to be fine. I'm going to be fine. I was totally fine for the second shot. Nothing.
So, but all these stories about people dying from it, though.
I don't know.
Yeah, I'm with you. I don't want to get it, and I don't see why we need it anyway, because I already had it back in last fall, September, October timeframe. But even if I hadn't, there's such a high survival rate. I just don't see the purpose in it.
Probably the bigger reason why I got it is because I started thinking, oh, are they going to start limiting things where if you don't have this, I'm not going to be able to get on a plane? Or if I want to do some events, it's going to be, well, did you get your shot? So that was part of one of the reasons why I did it. And the other part was I got this clear sign from my mom to go and do it. And here's your spots. And I'm telling you, 3, and there was only the 2 spots. So I don't even, yeah. And these are when you listen to spirit, doors open. So, and I can say I've had no reactions. My daughter had no reactions. My other daughter got both shots, no reactions. Okay. So and I'm sure, because I personally know some friends that have gotten, sick with the second one, but maybe sick for a day kind of a thing. So, and so I don't really know what to say about.
See, everything is a psyop, it seems. Like you just don't know what to believe. That's why you got to go within and learn. That's how this whole video, right? Go in and learn how to listen, because everything is a lie out there. I swear, you got to learn how to decipher what's truth and what isn't.
Exactly. Yeah. And if the truth feels different, it has a different ring, it has a different energy to it. So even when you're reading things in social media, if you ask and go, well, is that true? If it's not true, it's going to start hitting your solar plexus. It's going to start feeling off.
Like this person right here, Dea Taco, says her mother's in the hospital from the second shot. Would you be able to get any information on that, or is that okay?
Well, is she just making is it just more of a statement though? So she had this second. See, it's a tough one. And I don't know, because I think that there's certain things in the shot too that some people are allergic to. So I believe that there are different factors in with this shot as to why people have different reactions. I have a couple friends that are definitely not going to get it, and it's a good idea that they don't get it because they are so allergic to so many things. Right. I wouldn't recommend that they get it because they're so allergic to so many different things.
Yeah, I was also told if you've already had it, you should never get it either, as it makes it much worse for you. Because if you already have the antibodies built up, and you don't need it.
And that makes sense, right?
Yeah, totally.
That makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and I'm sorry about your mom that she's in the hospital from this shot. That's horrible. Was she already sick with anything? Was she? And I'm asking more out of curiosity.
Yeah, she just said short of breath from. Yeah, do you have any other specifics from, like, it's from the shot, or there's something in there that made her sick? And Angela has a question here. If you're picking up on a woman, her mother passed in January. I'm cleaning out her room right now. Oh, wow. Sorry, Angela, you lost your mom.
I am so sorry, Mom. Angela, about your mom. Angela, I want to know too, did it's okay. So all of a sudden, so I'll start seeing things or hearing things, or I'll start feeling things. First of all, I want to ask if your mom just had like an abundance in clothing, because I'm feeling that. And also there's something up with like costume jewelry, because I keep feeling, and I know it's an odd thing to say, I'm feeling that, but a lot of the things that I pick up on is because I'm feeling it. And there is also something with costume jewelry. Also, I'm feeling that your mother was a little bit of a private person. Also, she would not have been someone that would have spread all of her, what was going on, like a little more private, and kept things to herself and to like close people, if this makes sense. Sometimes too, it's always it's like I have to step back with the way sometimes that I'm also saying some things, because it's so funny that the way that I say it, like if I say, oh boy, was she stubborn, and someone could think of stubborn as one way, where someone else could think of stubborn as another way. So then it's clarifying with what I mean by that. Did Angela mention anything about the clothes and the jewelry and the
70 carpentry huge garbage bags of clothes.
oh,
Holy,
that's an overabundance.
Sarah
Is
jewelry. I don't know what that is.
that is, oh, Angela, I'm with you on this one. So that is what she started showing me right away, was the clothing and this like costume jewelry kind of a thing. And the clothing especially, I was feeling this overabundance of. Also, Angela, I want to ask if she was sick for a little bit, because I'm feeling like I was sick for a little bit. Oh my gosh, this is an overabundance of clothing. And
Wow.
also, was she someone that did not like people knowing her business? That's how I'm feeling. Like there's some people that throw their business out on social media and everybody knows everything.
This is going back to the other person who's a mom. As soon as she got the second shot, she was in the hospital.
Oh,
She
that
could
she
breathe
could.
right away.
Okay, so that's making me curious about when I was talking all of a sudden about people like being allergic to certain things. That's interesting. Where did the doctors, oh, but are they going to really be honest and say, so she had a reaction from something in the shot, from one of the ingredients?
Shouldn't they go through that before you give a shot?
You
I mean,
know, I think that they should. I don't know why they don't. I'm with you on that one too. I think that they should. But I don't, I am in no way, shape, or form an expert about the shot. I'm just not.
yeah.
So,
Okay.
but
Well,
it
hopefully-
sounds like she is definitely having a reaction from one of those ingredients. When I was saying I have a couple friends that are not going to get it because they're allergic to so many different things.
yeah.
It sounds like that's what happened to your mom, and I'm so sorry.
Yeah, her mom has dementia. I didn't know she got one. My brother took her.
Oh.
Do you see anything with their mom, or is it kind of fuzzy as far as how she'll be? Or there's, I guess she's in good hands now.
She's where she needs to be so she can be monitored. I'm just sorry that this happened to her. That's awful. And at 87, I don't, yeah, I don't know. I'm sorry. That's awful.
Okay. My computer, could you hold on just 1 minute? I got to go back and come back in because my computer is having a moment. Sorry. It does. Sometimes I have a MacBook, and with the mouse, if I'm just moving the mouse, it blows up the screen to I can only see like this much of it, and I'm like, and it won't go back.
Oh, wow.
It's an error with this magic mouse, and I don't know how to fix it. Okay, Angela made one more comment about her mom. You had asked if she was sick, and she had the beginning stages of Alzheimer's.
Okay.
She wouldn't allow her in her house for the past 10 years. Wow.
That makes sense of how I was feeling with her on this, on her being this private, her liking her privacy.
Yeah.
So that makes sense. But you've got a job ahead of you, Angela. So just make sure, Angela, that you're drinking enough water and really breathe through this whole experience of what you're going to be doing and cleaning up, and make sure you take breaks. Like that would be going outside, taking a few breaths, and then coming back in. Just so you can get that break and clear your mind and clear your thoughts.
All right. That is tough. When my dad passed away, that was not a fun thing to go through all his stuff and pack it up. Okay, we have another question from Desire. I was told I am running a parallel life with another me in this lifetime. My question is, if that part of me passes to the light, do I pass at the same time? I wouldn't think so, because you're two different lives if you're doing a parallel life.
Right. No, definitely not. You wouldn't. So even if that one passes, that doesn't mean that you pass. No.
Okay, let me see if there's any other questions in here. I'm going to ask you if my brother ever comes in too. See if he.
Did he have a love of the water?
I mean, he likes water, but it wasn't any.
I keep saying water. And who knows? That might be for someone else, but this water's not going away.
I keep picturing water every day. I keep picturing every day, throughout the day, there's a house on a lake and there's a dock there and I live there. And every day I get that visual and I'm like, that's not where I live. I would love to live there.
Oh,
That's where I live.
That's funny. So this might be you. So sometimes spirit will do that. They'll do something that's going on in your life, or something that would living on the water be an enjoyable thing for you.
Oh, it's what I want. Yes, that's my jam.
So they'll bring up stuff like this to say, when they come in. I don't have it happen too often, but this water was not going away. Like I had this view of the water. That is funny. I love that. Was it his passing? Is there some kind of an accident tied in with it?
It was a sudden heart attack. Unexpected. It was, yeah.
Okay. Because I was feeling that fast, unexpected.
Yes.
Fast, unexpected. And also, great sense of humor. And would you also say, I keep hearing very smart, But so when I'm hearing this very smart, he also has this great sense of humor because it's kind of like tied into that as he's telling me how smart he is. But I feel like that he was someone that was very smart in life, like very smart. This sense of humor. So he also would have been maybe a little, not someone to brag about himself, but if he was saying some good things about himself, he might bring in some sense of humor with it. Does that make sense? Okay,
Yeah.
perfect, because that's what he's doing. And this would this have been something that would have been like within the last 4 years type of a thing?
Yeah, December of 18.
Okay. So a lot of times what they'll do too is they'll kind of close a circle in for like the timeline. And that's what he was doing with the timeline, was kind of closing it in. So I wasn't feeling like, oh, this was 10 years out. I was feeling like this wasn't something that just happened, but it wasn't that long ago.
Yeah. True.
And this is funny too. So he's also making me feel like that with business, you're doing a few new things. Like you've added a few, oh, how do I want to spit this out? You've kind of, how they're doing, like I said, sometimes it's a little bit of a challenge because I like to spit it out exactly how they're making me feel or what they're showing me. He's just making me feel like you've added some things with business, if this makes sense. Where it's expanding a little bit. So, because he's getting the balloon out. So they kind of like expand the balloon a bit. And that's what he's doing. Does that make sense?
Yes. Yeah. I didn't, like on the YouTube channel, I never had that when he was around. I
Perfect.
started that last summer.
Perfect. Okay. Is that Mary?
Mary Tatum, she wants to know if she's following her life path. That's kind of vague, Mary. So do you have any specific question? And Donna is asking if she can have a reading. If you want to do a reading separately, she can book it on your website, right?
Yeah, mariaverdeschi.com. And you can go right there and book a reading.
And how much is it for an hour? Or what do you do, half hour, hour? And
I do 30 minutes or an hour, and I do them on Zoom. So you see me. And 30 minutes is 120 and 90 minutes is 190. And in-person readings are 225.
there you go. Maria Verdeschi. Okay, do you guys, Mary just wants to know if she's on the right path. Is that too vague?
That's pretty vague.
As in speaking out for truth, healing my past. That's still pretty vague. If you have something specific, you can ask. And Donna, if you have a specific question, could you please type it in the comments? And do you have any recommendations? Dea cannot meditate. I have a very literal brain and it races all the time, but I am an empath and can read people extremely well, even online. I have started manifesting. Good for you. And how do I focus?
So the best thing I can say with like meditation is just kind of practice. So don't go, you know what, I'm going to go meditate now for an hour, because you're kind of setting yourself up there for a little bit of a disaster. So when you start out meditating, what I always say is, you know what, just meditate for 10 minutes or even 5 minutes. And your thoughts are still going to get in there. So it's not being so hard on yourself and saying, oh my gosh, why am I thinking about the grocery list? Why am I thinking about the laundry? It's acknowledging the thoughts and saying, oh, you know what? I know I got to do that, but I'm going to think about that in 5 minutes. and you're just kind of like pushing it off, and it's going to come back in. And then you're going to acknowledge it again. Every time the thoughts come in, I always say, acknowledge them. You have to acknowledge them because it's one of your thoughts. Then you can kind of say, all right, and kind of like how you see the clouds moving, think of it as a cloud and just kind of push it a little bit like that.
That's a nice visual. I find it easiest to do when I go out in the park, and it has to be really early morning when no one else is out, because there's other people there. I lose it. I can't, right? Because there's too many, because I have my dog and their dogs, and it's too much. So, and then it's like, no, I'm the only one in the park, and it's silent, and then the thoughts are easier to push to the side, like with the cloud, like you say.
Yes. And I even say, go on a walk. Go on a walk, and if it's just you, or if you're walking the dog and it's nice and quiet, do a walking meditation, because those are helpful too.
Yeah, and then the thoughts disappear easily because you're in nature. There's something about that nature.
There
It's
is.
so healing. I love
There
it.
definitely is.
Okay, Mary was asking about her family's family sexual abuse. She's been working on healing the trauma from her sexual abuse. And is she on the right track? Is she, I don't know if you can tell where she stands.
So, Mary, I just want to ask, also, are like relationships tied into this? Because I keep hearing relationships, and I believe that that's what they're trying to get me to. So, would you say that your relationships also have not been of what you want? Or do I keep hearing relationship because you're in one right now? There's something up with relationships. I believe that this is part of your healing, and that's why they're not stuck. So I'll hear things like a broken record, and it won't go away. And I know when they're doing that, it's something, so I don't just shove it away. They are definitely trying to tell me something really correct. So, because I definitely feel like that you are on the right path with this. And also with relationships, like it's kind of like I feel like you need to take that breath and kind of, it's almost like, okay, I'm taking this breath and I'm putting some things on hold for a while, because I feel that way with relationships. Kind of like I'm healing, and it's okay if I want to put that off to the side right now, because I'm going to work from within, and I'm going to keep working from within. And that's just how I'm feeling with that. No relationship. Okay, perfect. Well, perfect, because I was feeling it was more the past relationships, not perfect that you're not in one. But I'm also feeling like with relationships, just to kind of put that on hold and work from within, because then you're going to find that that next relationship will be more of what you want. But I also want to say, because I'm feeling it, you also might get a test next relationship where it's, okay, does she really want more of a higher vibration relationship? Does she really want that, or does she still want this? So you're going to go, Mary, with your gut instincts. And right when you meet that next person, maybe like in a year from now, you're going to go with your gut. And if that person feels off, it's oh, nice meeting you. Bye.
Yeah. Bye-bye.
Exactly. And it's okay. Boundaries are good.
Okay, Mark is a flat earther. He wants to know, this is his first question. He wants to know if the earth is flat. And then this other one is it special? I was born on December 12th, 84 at 11:22. He has favorite numbers. How cute is that? 11 and 22 are his favorite numbers. So
oh, I love that.
You think the earth is flat?
I don't.
Aha, Mark. Okay, we can move on to his other. Is it special that 11 and 22 and
I love it. I love the numbers. I think it's really cool. Level 20 flat earth film. That is good. All right, Mark. I might check that out. All right.
he's giving you some action items. So when you come back on, you can report on your findings.
Exactly. Exactly. I will say that my father did work for NASA for a while. So
Oh, did he?
he did.
Ah, interesting. Okay, we have a question here from Nana. My father passed away a few weeks ago. We had talked about turning a, oh, your question got cut off. We talked about turning a condo. Oh, sorry, Nana, your question got cut off. Okay.
Oh, isn't that funny?
This is a different, oh, this is Anna. Oh, here it is. Let me finish Nana. My father passed away a few weeks ago. We had spoke about turning our condo into a place for parents while their child is in hospital. His wife is causing issues. Will I end up with the condo as he willed it? Or is she going to lose her father's condo?
Let's see, as I feel into this one. Boy, she's really about the money, and that's how I'm feeling right now.
The stepmom?
Yeah. I'm feeling that you're going to get that condo. It's going to be at her pace. Like, I am feeling that she loves the control of things. She really loves money. Keeps going back to that. So I do feel like in the end you will end up with this condo. I just feel like it's going to take a bit because she enjoys her control over the things that she can control. She's really, and boy, you guys must have not gotten along for a while. Because I'm feeling that, like, she's pretty jealous of you, just to let you know that. She compares a lot. So that will be my best answer for this one, is that you're going to end up with it, but it's going to take a little bit. She's going to control that whole space for as long as she can.
And I'm sorry if you're lost. I'm sorry if you're losing your father.
Especially just a few weeks ago. I'm so sorry.
Anna says, I have numbers 3, 6, 9 in my birthday. Do you get into numerology? I
don't. I do not do numerology. I should learn it because I love numbers. You're spot on about her love of money. She's very jealous of you. I just feel like, that she looks at you and your life, and there are certain aspects of your life that she loves. Like, she is, I'm not even going to use the word love. I almost feel like she's a narcissist. Is she? Because I'm starting to get a jab here on the side. So as soon as I said loves, it's like, no, that's not the right word for it. It's this jealousy of it. And she feels that you are not deserving of some things. This is interesting.
Yeah, he's awful. Maria says, thank you.
Thank you, Mary.
Sorry. Mary says, thank you to you, Maria. Dr. Prachi, welcome. He's the first time here. I don't know if you're a woman or a male, but my grandmother passed away last month. Any messages from her?
And let's just see if I pick up on her. Also, so I want to ask too with grandma, grandma would have been that like center of the family, kind of like I'm seeing her as a pillar. So that pillar that the family, again, spitting this out as to what she's doing, because I'm seeing her in the center, like pillar. So that's also someone that's very grounded, someone that has very great advice, someone that is wise. Thank you. Also family would have been everything. And she's making me feel that way by being in the center and being this pillar, that family is everything. You're here and you do for your family. And I feel like that she would have given anything to her family that they needed. She enjoyed helping her family. Also, I want to, because yes, she sure did. I want to ask about, because I feel like she's dragging me outside right now. Did she have some kind of garden? Because she is literally like, I want to go outside. I want to go outside. So how she's making me feel is enjoying being out there. I believe she had a garden.
When you say that's so true, Dr. Prodigy, do you mean regarding the garden?
And also I want to ask if you've seen more butterflies since she's passed. She lived in an apartment. Did she really enjoy being outside? What is this with outside? Because it's not going away. So I may not spit it out right, but I know when they keep circling something, it's something.
Yeah.
So what she keeps doing is she's dragging me outside. I'm just not spitting it out correctly, but there's something with outside that I'm not getting.
Okay. Okay, we can go back. Okay, Heart's Love. There's a guy she's interested in. What is his status? She hasn't talked to him a while. She recently reached out to him. He's not responding. What is his problem? Are they going to get together?
So I gotta know right away. And basically not even to put more energy into that, but to move your energy forward and to meet someone else.
Okay. Good advice, Heart's Love. Give up on him. Usually if the guy's not responding, either he is in the hospital in an accident, which is unlikely, or he's just not interested.
Yeah, I don't feel he's in the hospital, so.
Okay. Okay, Anna is dreaming of earthquakes. Hopefully that doesn't mean there's a earthquake coming. Are you in California? I don't know what dreams mean. Do you understand dreams?
No, I'm not a dream person either. So Anna, what I'm feeling with you is you've got a lot of stress going on in your life and you've got some decisions to make is how I'm feeling. And there is a lot of movement going on where, oh my God, you must be under a lot of stress. So Anna, answer that for me too, because I'm feeling the stress here. Like it's a little hard, deep breath, because I've got so much stress going on and it's a little harder to make some decisions because I don't want to make the wrong decisions. And I've got all this stress and the stress is on my back and I'm carrying it around. So Anna, does any of this make sense?
She hasn't responded yet, but she is in New York. New York is a stressful place to live. New York City.
That would be.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm in the Bay Area. I'm in Silicon Valley, and there's people everywhere. I think that's why I keep dreaming of this house on the lake. So then it's just peace.
Peaceful.
people everywhere. Oh, I'm just so tired of being around people. Like, so the Bay
I'm
Area is very
stressed.
packed.
Anna, I'm stressed. That's why you're having these dreams. Like immediately, that is the answer I got to your
She needs to
dreams
be on
is because
paper.
you're so stressed. So, and are you having a hard time making decisions with some things as to feeling, well, what if it's wrong? And I'm not sure on what to do with that. That kind of a thing, that kind of feeling isn't going away. So it's again to breathe and it's making the decisions that you have to make. And you might have to sit down with someone that's going to kind of help you to kind of take some of that stress from you to help you get rid of some of the stress so that you're able to feel a little more grounded and to focus a little bit more and to be able to see things for how they are. Because this stress is, it's a lot of stress, Anna. And you don't want it to go into your health. You got a lot of stress. Has the stress already gone into your, because you got a tremendous amount. Feel lost. Okay. Because that is the, I can't make the decisions. I can't, health issues too. You got a lot of stress.
Have you done any energy healing work, Anna, to help yourself? Or what are you doing to help yourself? Okay, Dr. Oh, go ahead.
Anna,
Sorry.
is there also something with moving, Anna?
Moving her home?
I'm not sure if she's moving or changing jobs, but I'm feeling this shift. But it's like one of those bigger shifts going on.
Oh, no moving. And she does get acupuncture.
Oh, that's good. Acupuncture's good. You got a ton of stress though. So make sure you're kind of voicing it to the person too that's doing the acupuncture about this tremendous amount of stress that you're under. Are there some stomach issues going on also, Anna? Did someone else have a question that you were gonna?
Dr. Prachi was just elaborating on her grandmother. She was independent. She doesn't want to sit at home. She was a person on the go. I think that was, and she had no garden. I guess, oh, she was just showing you outside. Maybe she likes being outside. That was the message to you.
Oh, she likes, yes. Okay. Thank you for that. Thank you. Because literally it was like, oh, we're going outside. Okay.
It sounds like me. Like I'd much rather be in the park than at home. Okay, you guys, no more questions from the audience. Well, thank you so much, Maria. That was really fun. You guys go to Verdeschi.com and sign up and get a reading from her. It would be amazing. And I had one last comment. She has dizziness, weakness, and fatigue. Yeah. Yeah, it sounds like you are.
So Anna, I'd also seek out like someone that does other energy work too, because besides the acupuncture, because I feel like you need that. And really, I also feel like you need to get outside more too. I feel like that's a theme for today. Geez.
I know.
Because you really, I feel the stress. I feel it. You just, it is a tremendous amount, and it's so much where, like I was saying, where it's okay, well, do I do this? Do I do that? Which you had validated with you're having a hard time with the decisions and with that. So I definitely would seek out someone else with the energy work and just know that everything's going to be okay. But with this stress, I really want you to breathe And I want you to try to start meditating, and just like start at 5 minutes. Start at 5 minutes, because what you want to do is you want to quiet the thoughts down, because what I'm also feeling is your thoughts are taking a little, yes, go to, Anna, go to my website, mariaverdeschi.com. But Anna, what I was saying about the thoughts, I feel like your thoughts are taking over a bit, where your thoughts are telling you some, I'm going to say some lies of things that are not true. So with the being grounded and the being able to focus, the meditation, that will help you to see things for how they really are.
Right. Because we have crazy thoughts all the time, right? We can't believe it. I believe all my thoughts. Oh my God.
Right. That's one. So when something like that happens to me, laughter is the best thing. And I'm really great at laughing, like at myself. And I'll say, all right, Maria, are those just your thoughts?
Or are you a whack job?
Or is that reality? And then I'll feel the energy and I'll go, oh, yep, that's just your thoughts. Okay, so that's not reality.
Immediately drop it and be like, no,
yep,
I'm not playing this game.
Right. And I do.
Yeah. So Anna, that is to turn your thoughts off, go for a walk in nature, do whatever you can, put on your favorite music, whatever relaxes you, and because thoughts will drive you nuts.
They will.
If you actually believe that that is who you are, which is completely not, it's just a programming that you've been taught your whole life. That's what all of our thoughts are. You go with your feeling and your connection to spirit, and that's where you get the real answers. Okay, Dr. Prachi wanted to know, did her grandmother have any messages for her other than she wants to go outside?
Okay, so immediately I got continue with your great work. I really feel like that how your grandmother's making me feel is that you are really helping a lot of people, but you're also someone who is very generous with your time. Your time is one of your greatest gifts. And just so proud of you. And it's that time that you give when you connect with people on a whole different level. That is how she's making me feel right now. And you must be pretty good with, because now she's going into the family. And she's making me feel like that you are great with keeping connections with the family, because I'm seeing this interweaving, like keeping the connections with family. And I feel like you're also continuing something that she, like, in the spirit of grandma kind of a thing going on right now. And she's like so proud of you, so proud of you. So I do it by heart. I love it. I love it. Your grandma is so proud of you.
I love that. Anna uses crystals. I just got my new rose quartz crystal. Look how pretty.
It's beautiful.
Love it. My Merkaba.
Oh, wow. Beautiful.
Cool. Selenite.
Crystals are good. Beautiful.
Tourmaline. It's called tourmaline, black tourmaline. Is that what right, you guys? I don't know my crystals, but I love those. Okay, let me see if there was. Bob wants you to repeat everything you just said because he missed the video.
That is hysterical.
You guys, Sammy got a card in the mail. Check it out.
Oh.
Isn't that cute? Can you read it?
Oh, and it was Sammy's birthday. Happy birthday, Sammy.
Woo! His birthday's June 13th. So I expect gifts.
Nice.
Okay, there's one last
Nice.
question. We're going to let Maria get on with her life. There is, yes, tourmaline. Thank you. Thank you, Desire. Farid, sorry if I said that incorrectly. Farid, any messages from my grandpa, Kurban, would be appreciated.
So real quick, I want to ask if your grandpa was handy, and did he did he make things with wood? Let's just see what he says with this, because I got to figure out what grandpa's doing here. But I feel like I'm in my little workshop making things.
He is a man. Here, you're a man? Okay. He tragically died.
But he didn't say anything about the other.
If he works with wood, you mean?
Yeah. So did he make things? Did he? Because that is where it's going to.
Farid, can you expand on your grandfather? Oh, he says he don't remember. Maybe that's he's referring to. Doesn't remember.
Oh, okay.
That way. He was a vet. A veteran or a veterinarian? I don't know. I'm guessing a veterinarian. Okay.
Okay, and also I want to ask, did he either he had a love of tomatoes or he grew tomatoes? Because I keep seeing a big red tomato.
Yeah. I never destined to see him. Okay. I guess he doesn't know his grandfather.
So he might not know anything. Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes, veteran.
Oh, are you a fan of Dolores Cannon? Do you like Dolores Cannon's work, Maria? So you tried to get hypnotized with Dolores, Anna? Yeah, that never. Oh, now Farid is all full of information. His grandfather planted a lot of trees. He had a garden, fruits and vegetable.
Okay, the tomatoes I kept seeing.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Well, he's maybe planting tomatoes on the other side. When your family passes over, did they describe what the other side's like? Do you get a visual of it?
Sometimes they will, and like if clients ask, I've always gotten where they'll make me feel of the different levels, and there is no hell. I'm just going to say that right now. There's no hell. But how I feel it is how they show it to me is there's different levels. So sometimes I'll see stairs for like the different levels of maybe where they're at. And I always feel like that they're getting lessons and they're learning, the things that they didn't quite get here, they're still learning over there.
Yeah, and when they go over there, they're always, I know Dr. Prachi's asking if they're at peace. I mean, people are always at peace on the other side.
Yes.
There is no trauma.
She definitely is at peace.
Yeah.
I got a great, happy energy from your grandmother. Like I just wanted to smile. A very great, happy energy.
Yeah, I love it. All right, Dr. Prostri, your grandmother is happy. And Farid, we don't have any messages from your grandfather other than the tomato. Maybe he's over there planting a garden. Do they plant gardens on the other side, Maria?
I'm sure they probably do. I'm sure they probably do.
Okay, you have some fans. Mark says he hoped you come back 4 times. I hope you come back 4 times tonight, last week.
Thanks, Mark.
I love it. Thank you so much for spending the past hour with us. And I do hope you come back. And I hope you guys go to her website and sign up and get a reading from her.
Thank you, Kelly. Thank you for having me. I had so much fun. And thank you, everybody. I enjoyed this. Thank you.
Thanks, guys. Bye, Maria.